Good day, everyone. The lesson today is about analyze rotation. What is the meaning of rotation? Actually, the rotation has a center. If you have a center like this shape here, this shape, I have a center, and the circle is rotated around the same. Consider the red one, okay? We will rotate it, okay, around this circle. This is the meaning of rotation. So if I have a figure, I want to rotate it over the coordinates, the two-dimensional coordinate, okay? This is what we will study today. So to start knowing the meaning of the rotation, you must know what we are doing. Actually, a rotation is a transformation that turns a figure about a fixed point called the center of the rotation. So I have a figure and I want to turn it around what a fixed point, which is the point of the rotation. Always in our coordinate, we around it over the origin point. Okay? And with an angle, what is the angle of rotation? Angle of rotation is a number of degrees that the figure is rotated. How many degrees it will rotate, okay? And the position of y-axis and x-axis change in predictable ways when rotate, okay? Okay, let's take an example to know what we are talking about now. Our first example is, what is the coordinate of the image of trapezoid ABCD after a 90-degree rotation? So this is the angle of rotation, okay? And about the origin point. The origin means 0 and 0, which is the origin point, okay? Actually, to know exactly the meaning of rotation, I can let you imagine what we are doing here over the coordinate. If we consider this is the coordinate and O here is the point, center point of coordination, which we will rotate around it. And I have a figure or an element like this protractor, okay? I will put it in the center point. So the red point here is the center of the coordinate or the origin point. How we can rotate it? Actually, we can rotate it maybe 90 degree. What is the 90 degree? So we will move from 0 to 90. Round it 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. Yes. Now we round it 90 degree exactly. Okay? This is the meaning of rotation. So we rotate the figure. We rotate the figure about 90 degree around the origin point. Okay? Why we choose this direction? Actually, this direction is called, if we use this direction, is the positive direction of the angle. Of angle. Okay? When you measure any angle, you will go from the positive direction of the angle. Positive direction of the angle means to go to the left-hand side, or we can call it anti-clockwise. And the opposite direction is the negative direction of the angle. So we can measure the angle, but with negative number. And we call it clockwise. Clockwise actually means it's in the direction of the arrows of the watch. If you have a watch, okay, or you can see the arrows going from left to right, okay? That's it. So it's called clockwise. And from right to left, it's called anti-clockwise, okay? So we rotate now the protractor 90 degrees, exactly. And also I can rotate it more than 90. How? 180. So rotate it another 90 degrees. So the shape will be, as you see now, we rotate it 100. Another 90 degrees, it will be 270. So 270 is the shape, the protractor is supposed to be in this form. And we can rotate it another 90 degrees, so all are 360, it become or became as it is exactly. Okay, this is how we rotate. So we have a fixed point, the center point, we rotate around it, and then rotate by a fixed number of degrees, 90, 180, 270. This is small brief about how to rotate. Okay, in our example, how to rotate the figure ABCD, which is the black one, into the figure, an image. We have actually three main steps. First step, draw the original trapezoid, okay? He will give me the original points, as you see here. This is the original image. So this is the original figure, and its image will become this one, which is A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. How to calculate it? Actually, the plot, step 2, plot point D dash in the same direction of, in the same distance of the origin as D. So the same direction as the origin as D. I told I want to rotate it 90 degrees. So I will put an angle here with this point, 90-degree angle, as you see here, because I want to rotate it 90 degrees. Now the new point is the same distance, okay? So it will be what? It will be D dash, okay? But actually I have a rule. If I follow it, it's very easy. It will be very easy to calculate the image. What is it? This rule. If you rotate the angle of rotation is 90 degrees, so the original point, if the original point is x and y, what should we do to the image? Change sign of y and then change x with y. Change sign of y, change x with y. This is how to rotate it 90 degrees. So we will do it with each vertex. Okay, A, B, C, D. Change sign of y, so it will be negative. Then change x with y, it will be negative y and x. Okay, let's try it with the first point, A. Change the sign of y, it will be negative 3. Then change x with y, it will be negative 3 and 2. So the new point is negative, A dash is negative 3 and 2, where negative 3 here, and then up to, so A dash is here, yes, that's right. Okay, okay, what about B dash? Change the sign of y, change x with y, so it will be negative 3 and 4. C, change the sign of y, change x with y, so it will be negative 1 and 5. D, change the sign of y, change x with y, it will be negative 1 and 1. This is a new point with this rule. So if he told me around 100, around the origin point, by rotation, angle of rotation 180, just change the sign of x and sign of y. What about if he said around it or rotate it 270 degrees? So change the sign of x, change x with y. Change the sign of x, change x with y, the opposite of 90, okay? This is how to rotate the points. So let's solve the right one to see if we understand it or not. The coordinates of the vertex of quadrilateral HIJK are h equals I equal, j equal, and k equal negative 3 and negative 2. Okay, if quadrilateral HIJK is rotated 220 around the origin point, what are the vertices resulting the image H dash, D, I dash, J dash, K dash? Okay, without drawing, I can expect the new points. Let's start. H is what? 1 and 4. I, 3 and 2. J, negative 1, negative 4. And K, negative 3, negative 2. This is the original point. We want to rotate it 200 by rotation, angle of rotation 270. The rule is, what is the rule of 270? It's, yes, change the sign of x, change x with y. change sign of x, change x with y. Let's start. What about h dash? H dash, change the sign of x, so it will be -1. Change x with y to 4 and -1. Okay, what about I dash? Change the sign of x, -3. Change x with y, so it's 2 and -3. J dash, change the sign of x, -1 will become 1. Change x with y, it will be -4 and 1. K, change the sign of x, it will be 3. And then change x with y, -2 and 3. This is the new coordinate of the new shape after rotated around the origin point by angle of rotation to 170 degrees. So each time I will ask you about the angle. I give you the angle and the center of the rotation, which is the origin point, and you can calculate it and draw it. But you can know the points without drawing, as we use the formula now. Okay? This is how to solve a question like this one. Let's take another example. Another example of it. Describe the rotation that maps. We will describe, we will write what is the meaning of what happened to the shape ABCD after we rotate it and become A dash, B dash, C dash. Okay? Draw rays from the origin point to the point to any fixed point in the shape. The nearest point to origin is is A. Okay? So we will write straight line from the origin point to A like this one. Then another straight line with A dash. What is this angle? It's 90. So he rotated 90 degrees, but where? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? No, clockwise. So he rotated not 90, -90 degree. He rotated by -90 degree. Okay? How to describe that rotation? We can call it what? The rotation called also this rotation about the origin maps program. This is how to answer it. A 220 degree rotation about the origin maps parallelogram ABCD to parallelogram A dash, B dash, C dash. Okay, what is the orientation of the triangle? What is the description of the triad one? Okay, let's try it. From FGH, the triangle FGH, the blue one, the orange one, I want to rotate it into H dash, F dash, B dash, and so on. So, how to know the angle of rotation? Actually, I think we rotated how many? If you draw a line from the nearest point to the origin, which is H, straight line like this, it will be like this. And another straight line between 0, the origin point, and H dash, it will be like this. What is this angle? It's 180. So we rotated 180 degrees. So we can call it a 180 degree rotation about the origin this is the description. Okay, maps A, B, C, D to ABC only to A dash, B dash, C dash. That's it. This is how to describe this rotation. That's it. Okay, now we talk about rotation. You understand the rotation and you understand how to describe the rotation. What is the angles of rotations? Angle of rotations are, you can rotate around the origin point by 90 degree. So change y, change the sign of y change x with y, or 180, change both sides, both coordinates, x and y, okay? What about if we rotate around 270? Change the sign of x, change x with y, okay? That's it for today. It's nice to be with you. Bye.